So, Inhorgenta 2020. Auf dem Weg zum ersten Termin, das ist Orient. Und danach geht es noch woanders hin. Und noch woanders hin. Und noch woanders hin. So, Halle 1. Zuerst zu Orient, danach glaube ich zu Sinn, danach Fortis, danach keine Ahnung und danach zu Maurice Lacroix. Das sind die Termine heute und ja, ich bin gespannt. Der Azubi ist hinter der Kamera. Letztes hat einer gesagt, hat er keinen Namen? Der Azubi Daniel. Ich habe gesagt, bis 17 Uhr heißt du nur Azubi. Danach heißt du Daniel. Wristcheck. Wristcheck. Können wir einen Wristcheck machen? So. Wo sind wir denn hier? Victorinox. Da habe ich ein Parfüm von Victorinox. Am liebsten gehen wir dahin, wo es Häppchen gibt. Aber ich glaube, es gibt hier kein Häppchen. Trali, trala, tralöle. Einmal abbiegen, bitte. Oh, wir sind ja noch früh dran. So this is a special edition.
This is a limited edition. It's called the camera. In 1965, Orient launched this collection. And you'll see on the dial here how it's a starburst. And the starburst dial, it replicates the dials that we used in 1965. We're launching several collections this year which are limited edition as part of our 70th anniversary. And if you can see on the watch on the outside of the bezel, indicates the focus that we normally find on a camera. And you'll see on the back of the dial that it's the shutter lenses, the shutter hands. And then on the inside is actually the shutter speed. So all these small little design elements are part of the camera. The camera also replicates on the leather coating around a camera case. So it replicates that. And you'll see where the button and stem is that's the shutter button. So all these small little design elements go to add up the camera watch. If you turn it over, you will see that as you remove the leather strap, there's a secret little hole, which is to replicate the viewfinder in a normal camera. So you can see through the heart of the watch from the back and from the front, and you can see the automatic movement.
Absolutely cool. Why it looks like a camera? Because of what?
It's because of the engineering. If you imagine the engineering that goes into a camera, and if you imagine the small little details that go into a camera, the technicality, they wanted to replicate that, those design elements, and put them into the watch. And that's what they've done here as well. So this is limited to 1,700 pieces worldwide. And we also have opportunities here where we have a normal collection as well. But just for today, we're just showing the camera as it is.
Absolutely cool. The price of this watch?
So just check the first. Sorry, 580 US dollars. So, and these will be launched in May, so they're just coming into the market now.
And I hope in Germany too.
Yes, absolutely. We will confirm that. Even if you look on the button and stem, the detail here, if you imagine that on a watch you have the button and stem there, if you imagine on the camera, when you wind it on, it's even down to the details on the button and stem is the winder at the top of the camera.
Absolutely cool.
So all those subtle elements there.
It's a great idea. It's for camera addictive persons.
Well, it is, but I think also it modernises it and it celebrates our history on the 70th anniversary, but it also celebrates the design elements that you put into a camera and you put into a watch. It's quite a unique piece as well.
It's, the diameter is how big?
The diameter on that is around about a 42. It's just for your own reference, that's the original.
Okay.
So there is an original piece, but obviously we replicate through on the camera.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
You know, I see so many watches, and most of them are just watches.
Sure.
Just normal timepieces, and this is a design element that I appreciate. I like this.
I think it's got more of a story, and the more you look at it, the more of the subtleties of the little stories. And that's the thing, is that you can look at it and say, well, the shutter on the dial, But also the important thing to remember is the starburst dial is the celebration of our history of watchmaking, as Orient is a true independent watchmaker and we make our own automatic movements. And you'll see that dial replicated through all the other limited edition pieces that we produce through the year.
The crystal is sapphire or it just...
Just mineral on these.
It's a pity.
It is, but we don't want to go too far away from our original.
Why make it better?
Well, yeah. There's enough in there as it is, you know, without going too far.
But yeah, absolutely cool. Nice watch. What was the price for this one here?
$420.
420?
Yep.
So we got the same size, I think, of the watch. That's the watch before, 42?
42.
43.8.
43.8.
Yes.
43.8.
So what you'll also notice on here, which replicates, is that we have two crowns. So you have an upper crown and a lower crown.
Ah, yes.
So the lower crown operates the day and date and setting the time, but on the upper crown here, if you rotate that, you'll see that the internal bezel will move.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you can use that as a directional change to direction.
You can lock it?
No, not on this because it's not unidirectional, but because it's inside the casing. But here you can move it around, obviously, to use it as a timer.
And it's very smooth.
Yeah. But as we discussed before with the previous watch, the camera, you see you have this starburst dial here, which replicates what we're doing as the anniversary collections through the whole range. And there will be more to come later in the year.
Is it a limited edition too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like these colors. No, they are so a little bit vintage looking or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this grade.
So these are within the family, these are the normal collection, but these are limited in production. But then you've got the beautiful green onyx, you've got the black, and then we have the oxblood red.
Cool. So the technical specifications of this one is diameter 42, I think, or
Yep, 43.8. Yeah.
So we got a sunburst
Yep.
dial.
So you have like the green onyx style, you have the black, and then you do it as a red as well.
So cool watches.
Yeah.
You know, I'm showing so many watches on my channel, from cheap ones to very expensive ones, and I think I'm the only channel that does it like this.
Yeah. And this is where we start adding in movements which are manufactured in Japan and assembled in Japan to a higher spec. And this particular watch retails at 816.
816, yeah, the gold.
And basic steel. And this is just being launched at the fair now, but it's classic. It has the power reserve, 50 hours. It has 50 meters with resistances, so it's a great dress watch.
Yeah.
But it then takes it up into another area. Just move these out of the way.
Also, you got a nice clasp. Also a sunbrush dial.
Yeah.
Is this brown or is it black?
That's black.
It's because of the light, it looks a little bit brown. Cool. Very nice.
Okay.
Absolutely beautiful.
So this is the diver's watch. There's 200 meters, screw down crown, unidirectional bezel, screw on back. The great thing is on the clasp it has a safety catch as well as having a hidden extension piece. So if you look on the inside, you've got the extension for wearing with a wetsuit, but also it's nicely hidden, so it's a nice piece you can wear. And we do this as a basic model and then we come right up through the 2-color.
Please tell me that this is a sapphire crystal.
Yes, dun dun dun! As in the previous collection we showed you as well.
And the pricing of this one?
This is just 900 on that.
Yeah, I'll check it for you.
And then 800 on the steel.
I need one of this. 900 Euro, ein absoluter Wahnsinnszauberer.
That's that.
But you don't have anti-reflecting coating, can it be?
No, I think that sometimes with that, especially on divers, you don't want it because if you're swimming, it bubblates and it fuses the dive.
And it has a great weight.
Yeah, value for money, isn't it?
Absolutely. When will this one available?
These will be available from next month into the market, so they're just being delivered through into the distributors and then into the stores.
And nice with a white dial.
The Arabic numerals are very popular in certain regions for us as well. Most of ours are Roman numerals or just indices. And that one has the day of the week indicator on it as well. You know, in the Sims when the mime shows up, you're having a really bad party.
So, wir sind ein wenig durch. Da hinten läuft der Daniel, der nicht mehr Azubi genannt werden möchte. Ja, war interessant, war spannend. Werdet ja das Ganze in den Videos gesehen haben oder in einem Zusammenschnitt. Und ja, nächster Halt ist dann wohl Basel. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao.